welcome, welcome. Muito bem, ó. Ruth Wilson and Clarck Peters, guys, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And you just did a panel, right? How was to talk about the show for such a passionate audience?
It's amazing, such great energy and such huge fans of the show. It's lovely and it feels, I don't know, it's really exciting to be here. I've never been to Brazil, so also it's a dream come true. Thank you.
I don't like the Comic-Con so far.
Well, I've just seen it from above. We've been upstairs looking down there. It looks amazing. And all these people dressed up. I've seen a Mrs. Coulter. I'm very happy about that.
It's difficult for me here with this delay here. Can you hear okay?
Are you here fine? Are you here fine?
Now I can hear this. That's fine.
So did you know that Simone before you joined the show?
Did you know the books before joining the show?
Yes. No, I did not know the books before. You must speak up for me. I'm an old man. It's difficult to hear. No, I saw the books sitting on my son's bookshelf, but I never looked at it until I was off at the job. And then I looked at it and I was bemoaning the fact that I should have read it before. This is such a good story. Thank you.
I'm the same. I hadn't read the books. I'd heard about them. And there was a great stage production in the UK, but I'd never read them. And I would implore everyone, if you're just watching the show and you haven't read the books, read the books. They're amazing. And you get hooked in and you can't put them down, and they're heartbreaking as well as fantastical. They're brilliant. So when I got off of Mrs. Coulter, that was the first time I read them. And they're a joy.
When His Dark Materials was first adapted on the big screen, people were cheering to have this long story being told on the screen. But now it seems like on HBO, this is the best way to tell the story.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Yes. The long-form storytelling that HBO discovered. It was HBO that discovered this way of telling stories over a long time. Something as dense as this, you need to have 8 hours to just tell one book, rather than 2 hours to tell 3.
Talking about long form, that's funny because it seems to me that you have a contract with HBO, you do all the shows, and I love The Wire. I think it's the best.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Lester Freeman, I just love it. So, it's a pleasure to
You can
I
say
want a
that
contract
again.
with HBO, yeah. I want your contract.
And what did you show for people that was here at the panel? I believe you guys showed something from new episodes. What did you show for the fans that were in the audience here? Yeah, back in the panel.
Yeah, what did the show?
How was that there in the panel?
Oh,
The
great!
fans and-
No, they seem to love it, and I mean, these books are worldwide, huge phenomenon when they first came out 20 years ago, and to feel they still have relevance now, and people love them across the globe, and they're finding new audiences here in Brazil and the whole of Latin America is really exciting because they are deeply profound novels for kids and adults, and I think it's really exciting here at Comic-Con. It's full of grown-up kids and kids, and adults and everyone. So it's the perfect audience.
The series has a lot of visual effects. So how is the shooting process for you guys?
I was quite scared about doing visual effects. I've never done a movie which I had to do that, work with CGI on. And I was worried it was going to be a tennis ball, on the end of a stick. And luckily, they decided early on, these demons are so important in the process of the show, of the film, that they need to be puppeteered. They have their own personalities and they're very distinct. And actually for us to interact with them, you're going to get the best performance out of us. And from those guys in CGI, you have to make them to draw the puppets or the demons afterwards. It's a really amazing guide. They're going to get the best performance both ways. So we have puppeteers on set who manipulate these puppets, and they become living and breathing characters that you're working with. And that was an amazing, it's such a really quite magical experience. And you feel like a 12-year-old going on stage though, because you're make-believing with a puppet in this amazing set. So I think the essence of the magic of those books is being translated every day on the shoot. My personal demon is puppeteered by a guy called Brian, and he's my monkey. I love Brian, my monkey. I don't slap him often, but no, he is amazing. And we have created a really good dynamic. We understand the psychology of Mrs. Coulter is down to this relationship. And it's pivotal to every scene that I act in. So, Ian and I have created Mrs. Coulter together.
In that sense, speaking about the process and CGI, the series you're doing is not so much different than movies and big movies. I mean, the process, the making, the shooting, schedule. Is there any difference doing a big movie or doing a big series as is Clarck Peters?
Yes. When you're doing a big movie, you know that it's going to end after maybe 16 weeks. Doing something like Clarck Peters might end after 16 years. It's a long process. As Ruth was saying, you have so many elements as well that you have to work with there. We're not relinquishing the space that we're acting in to somebody fulfilling. So having your demons with you, naming the locations, things that add to it, it takes time. It takes time.
Yeah, on a big movie you might have 8 months to shoot 2.5 hours. We have 5 months to shoot 8 hours. It's a real stretch. And also, when you're dealing with puppets and CGI, we have to do a thing called a puppet pass first. Then you take the puppet out of the scene, and I do it without the puppet. And then the CGI guys have to come in and do a version which is without any of us. So it's 3 times the length of normal shooting in half amount of time. So it's crazy. But the team behind it, every level, from director to the production designer to the costume designer to the CGI guys, is a labour of love. And it's because these books are so special. I think everyone's sort of fallen in love with the project and is working incredibly hard to service the fans.
When you do long form, I think as an actor, it's really a special relationship you get with your character, right? You get to know this character after season and after season. What is it like working and building a character in that way?
That's much more Ruth's. I suppose this is speaking about our monkeys and not demons.
Yeah, well, no, I think well, I actually find it quite hard, weirdly. I love the creation of a character when it's a blank page, and it's scary, and you don't quite know what you're doing. And every day you're discovering new things. I actually find returning to a character quite difficult, because you feel like you're treading old ground, and it feels slightly easier. And I don't like things to be easy. But then on this job, I have to say, because the material is so dense and interesting, and the character is so unknowable, that I keep discovering new things with Mrs. Coulter. And hopefully we'll do it season 3, if we do it season 3, which I'm sure we will.
You'll do a season 3.
We better.
I better come back in season 3 anyway.
Yeah, you want to come back?
You guys have all plans out, right?
Yeah, all planned out.
And both of your characters are kind of dubious, right? You don't know if they're good or bad. So how is to find a tone for a character like that?
How is it difficult to find a character?
How is to find a tone for a character that, for the audience, you don't know if they are good or bad?
Yes, and that's in the storytelling. You'll find out more about the master probably in season 3. You'll see his motivation, and then you'll decide whether he was good or bad in what he did. At the beginning, it's good that it's ambiguous. You don't know until this lady shows up in my office, in my study. Then they know that's a badass. That's a badass one. But other than that, I think he's just like anyone else trying to hold on to and protect what he feels is his truth. He's not a villain, and he seems to know exactly which right and which wrong, unlike some of the other characters in our world.
Well, I would disagree, because I sort of feel that no one is all good and all bad. I sort of feel that every character that you play, you have to find the humanity within them. And if they're purely good, then I would always try and look for the shades of dark in them, and vice versa. So for me, I think that everyone is ambiguous, and we all live in grey areas, and we all have the capacity to be incredibly good and incredibly bad, and it's just on what scale that lives. So for me, with Mrs. Coulter, it's quite clear that she's a baddie, she's a horrific thing. So for me, I had to balance that slightly with not her good sides, but where's her humanity, and why she might do this. And so she becomes much more interesting for that reason. It's not that simple. And her reasons are really complicated, and she doesn't quite understand her reasons. So that's, I think, all humans are capable of all things.
Some people may empathize, right?
I don't know if they'd empathize entirely with what she gets up to, but I think they might see shreds of humanity in her and potential in her. So you know that it could swing either way at any given moment. And that's what I think is interesting. You play with the audience with that. You go, is she at this moment going to be nice or awful? Or is she doing this to manipulate, or does she really believe this? And I think that's really interesting. You don't quite know if a character is saying the truth or not. Or are they living in manipulation? They're just doing it to get someone to do something else. And she's a master manipulator. So she's really good at lying, and she's really good at telling truths which are actually lies. And that's where the fine line comes.
And of course, fans love the books and they love the series, and we are watching right now the first season. What can you tell about the second season? What about what's to come?
Well, if you're a fan of the book, it's the second book. It's the subtle knife, so if you know it, you know what's coming. If you don't, you've got a treat in store. Well, you would have seen Will Parry already just drop into this season. So the second season, you see a lot more of him. You see him and Lyra meeting, and the development of their relationship. And you see lots of different worlds. You see how we all start crossing through worlds.
Thank you guys so much for being here. I would just like to ask you for the audience to watch His Dark Materials on HBO.
Please watch
His Dark Materials.
on HBO.
Every Monday night, you should be right in front of your televisions watching His Dark Materials.
Sit your parents down, sit your kids down, and enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Ruth and Clark.
E agora a gente vai com o Fábio Gomes. Fábio Games ou Fábio Gomes? Não, Games, é o Fábio Games. A voz da consciência me falou, então, Fábio Games, vem aí.
Obrigado.
Muito bem, senhoras e senhores, elenco simpatia aí do Clarck Peters, muito legal, galera. E agora estamos de volta para mais um game, já temos uma participante.